Everything is mutable. This reality, the plasma from which this reality is created, is mutable. You can change it. You can change the way the body is. You can change the way your face looks. You can change your height to some degree. You can do a variety of different things. And some of the things are in the future that are possible that we are not able to do yet just because we don't have the understanding that it's possible to do it. But it's doable, but we don't know it's doable yet. So we are in this plastic, so to say, environment of elasticness that can shift and change with us and help bring us and teach us the understanding of what it means to master ourselves in a reality like this. So the ability to change frequencies is part of the game. Welcome to Call for the Truth. I am LaOta of the Sun, and this is Tarvars of the Sun, and our conversation today is about frequency. We hope you will join us. But before we begin, Tarvars, will you bring us into the truth?
Yes, we encourage you all to join us in calling for the truth. Shall we call forth the frequency of truth? Should we call to see the truth in all that we see? Should we call to hear the truth in all that we hear? Should we call to speak the truth, calling forth the courage to speak the truth? Should we call forth nothing less than the truth to come forward into our experience? And we are in the frequency of truth, and we are working with the call for the truth divination cards.
Yes.
You are a woman of frequency. You have throughout time generated the Feel the Frequency divination cards.
Yes.
You have brought forth frequency waters.
Yes.
And the idea of working with frequency, memory of water, frequency integration into the field of your clients. And so we're here talking today about the maxim, change the belief and broadcast the new vibrational equation, which is and feels different. And the universe responds. And this is for the third eye chakra.
Yes.
So it's pretty timely because we just shifted in light body from the third eye. Now we're in the crown. And there's still so much carryover because, the higher realms and endocrine system and all of that good stuff. And this higher perception of reality, we're talking about frequency. And then the book continues on stating, in a new and different way every time. And so this maximum is at play in a new and different way every single time that we broadcast a new vibrational equation. The universe will always respond. So what is it that we need to know to stay in adherence to this? Because I feel like some people may have some understandings, but could we get in the way of this, or what does that look like?
There's so many ways to speak about frequency. Everything has frequency. There's nothing that exists. The table has a frequency. The plants have a frequency. We have frequency. There's no way to really escape that because our world is made from frequencies that are the constant moving energy patterns that are recognizable and that we label. So when we talk about changing the frequency, this is the directive, the supreme directive from creation is grow and evolve. So wherever you are, there's always opportunity to be somewhere else. And the most desirable output is growth and evolution. And when we start developing that, automatically our equations, our numbers, so to say, change. And as that changes, we're recognized differently within the field of frequency. So everything is a field of frequency. We notice it when you walk into a church. It feels a certain way, maybe. Or it certainly does in certain places. You walk into a gym it's a certain frequency. You walk into a church, it's another frequency. Everywhere you go, you walk into a grocery store, there's a different frequency. So everything has frequency, and we inform the frequency by us joining on to the frequency. So we are a person who wants health food, we go to the health food store. So we magnify that frequency. We like the gym, we want to exercise, we go to that location, and the people who are not drawn to that experience are excluded from it because it is order that they not go to what they're not interested in. It is actually the order of the universe. It's how things are ordered, that things that are resonating at the same frequency come together.
Yeah.
Things that are not don't stay together for long.
Mm.
If they come together at all. But they don't stay together because they're not resonating at the same frequency. It applies to our children and who they play with, who they like, who we like. Sometimes we need to look at who is around us and who do we come from, and what aspects of who we come from are in us, latent, conscious, unconscious, or that we're busy working on. The same thing with, often with young people who are unidentified frequencies. When a person's developing, they may not have developed their bandwidth yet, so they may have a lot of different variables in who they see until they adhere to a certain frequency, which then becomes what they pursue or the kind of people they like. So if they like to play guitar, they may meet people in a band. You know, if they like aquariums, like that. So I think that's a good way to begin.
And this really great laying the foundation of, well, a bit about frequency, a little bit of the ABC 1, 2, 3s. It's, the idea of frequency, you often talk about the broadcast and the signal and seeing oneself as such and understanding that that's what's happening with the outside world. What this card's saying about being able to change the equation or the vibrational equation through what we are choosing to align with, can that happen like this? Did it take a little time? Is it somewhere in between? Is it like, what does that look like? Because, you know, people, we want the weekend drive-through fast food window.
Yeah.
And I've learned it don't often work like that. But then sometimes magical things happen, boom, you know, out of nowhere. And so, like, where is our middle ground with this?
I think it can happen instantly. It doesn't always, and it depends on what it is. But it also, if you want to hold the frequency, which is a different idea, not just meet the frequency. You can meet the frequency.
Well, yeah, right?
Yeah. Yes, but one of the fastest ways to change frequency is to walk barefoot on the ground. You know about that.
Yeah.
You tell us about that.
Well, you know, it's been a long day. You've been inside of 4 walls, and the moment you touch the earth, starts working with your electromagnetic field, your nervous system starts recalibrating your whole entire system. And it's like you're turned on.
Yeah, the negative ions come up from the earth. You are relaxed. You release what needs to be released into the earth. She takes it in. She balances you. You're straight.
Yeah, all is well.
Yeah, and it doesn't take long. You can do it for 20 minutes, but it's done in a minute. Now, whether you hold it or not depends on what your next step is. What do you step into? You step into an argument?
Yeah.
You know, what do you step into next?
Because that piece was left outside on the grass.
Yes. But you are encouraged to be in nature, to be under the sun, drink clean, structured water, breathe air, be purposely breathing, and then stand on the earth or sit on the earth. These are all balancing. Done regularly, you will be balanced. There's enough power on the planet that when you stand on it, there's enough to clean off what needs to be cleaned. There's enough power in the sun, you sit under it, that you can be... Yeah. There's enough power in the air that if you do, 10 minutes of breathing, you'll be straight.
Yeah.
And you know all about this.
Yeah. It's so funny though because it's all analog. It's just engaging with the natural world, and if you got a couple of minutes on your calendar, it'll get you right. And I often find with the conscious awareness, which, when I see this, I see where for this to play out, again, change the belief and broadcast the new vibrational equation, which is and feels different, and the universe responds. So the universe is responding to this signal that I must coherently broadcast and hold, not just reach, but like I need to adhere. And I have learned with what we do, the idea of doing this, it requires you to be conscious. Like it requires like it seems like manifestation, which this is an aspect of, requires us to be here, conscious and aware. Would you speak a little bit about that, especially because the third eye, we're here, where it's like the idea of our awareness and perception.
It's making me laugh because I think about what the churches say, that you're going to go to the hereafter. Like, you got to be here to get the after effects. You have to be present in the moment to get the after that is balanced. The hereafter. So it made me laugh.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But it is as everything in physical reality is. If you discipline yourself, you repeatedly do it, you will change. Everything is mutable. This reality, the plasma from which this reality is created, is mutable. You can change it. You can change the way the body is. You can change the way your face looks. You can change your height to some degree. You can do a variety of different things, and some of the things are in the future that are possible that we are not able to do yet, just because we don't have the understanding that it's possible to do it. But it's doable, but we don't know it's doable yet. So we are in this plastic, so to say, environment of elasticness that can shift and change with us and help bring us and teach us the understanding of what it means to master ourselves in a reality like this. Mm-hmm. So the ability to change frequencies is part of the game. That's part of why we're here, so that we can recognize when we walk in and we sit in our grandmother's chair and it feels like an old person and we don't want to sit there. We recognize that's a frequency that I'm not there yet, so it's not my frequency. Or we walk into a room where people have been arguing and we can feel, ooh, did I come into the wrong room at the wrong time?
If you and everybody else knows, it's communicated in the field.
And this is what we're supposed to be learning. We're to learn by looking at a person what frequency is it. So there are deeper levels of understanding. When somebody asked us to dance, we're supposed to look at what frequency is this before I touch it. What we're supposed to pay attention to. What am I allowing? What music am I allowing? What frequency is this? What are those words saying? What does that beat mean? Mm-hmm. And so that's part of the job, Joe Bob.
Yeah.
Alex, you're the owner of LaOta Group. How is LaOta Group changing how investors buy and store gold?
Most people think buying gold means walking into a store and hoping you're getting the right price. We've built a LaOta Group to erase that friction and modernize how the world owns gold. At LaOta, we're merging centuries of trust with 21st century technology. Investors can now buy institutional-grade gold, refined, verified, and insured, with the same simplicity as buying a stock. But the real innovation is in custody. Every ounce is vaulted in top-tier facilities, audited independently, and fully allocated, meaning it's yours, not a promise on paper. Whether you're in Dubai, London, or Singapore, you can verify your holdings in real time and even request physical delivery. We've removed the mystery from gold ownership and replaced it with transparency, liquidity, and control. LaOta Group isn't selling gold. We're restoring trust in money itself. Because the future of gold isn't old-fashioned. It's personal, digital, and deliverable.
When I hear you say this, I'm gaining what's being communicated, what's happening. Am I conscious of what's happening? You know, we've often been talking about being a receiver, a transducer, a broadcaster, and like we're receiving a lot. There's a lot of input.
That's our design.
You know.
We're designed to receive the frequencies. That is undeniable. We are broadcasters and receivers. So why are we not taught how to use that?
Wow.
You know, like it's a guessing game. Well, I think they might like me. I'm like, no, they don't like you. I'm a calibrator. I'm on the sun calibration. I live in the answers, in the solutions. I can calibrate that. No, that's a no for me.
Would you speak on how this idea of bringing light into you helps one move beyond the doubt that we receive? Because what I'm hearing is this, and it's very relatable. People do get the red flag or the information. You know, we see it, but then we suppress it, we doubt it, and we're like, no. So would you speak about like how light helps stabilize us in such a way where we get the information, we can act on it, and not allow the doubt to stop us from taking action on the wave of, I think it's time for me to leave the party, or maybe it's best for me to give my card to this person. The inspired divine action.
It's not so much that if you are a person, as we all are, who has levels of doubt, it is not so much that we're going to make the doubt disappear. We do things like standing on the earth, meditation, being in the elements to quiet the doubt. Like, what'd you say?
Say that one more time. Where you at? Don't.
I can't hear you, doubt. It's not so much that you can make it go away, but eventually, if you quiet it enough, it will stop rising up to say stop. The doubt is like stop. The doubt is like family that you say, I want to go to the park. They're like, no. Like, I want to go do so-and-so. No. I want to sleep. No. That's the doubt. It's the no. It's the don't move forward. So it's not that we want to get rid of so much as want to fill the space with forward increasing abundance of motion that is in your favor. Like running, playing, having good time. That's a good thing. So there doesn't have to be a no in that. That's you were designed that way. So the no often comes from the way we were raised, or the doubt often comes from the people we are around, or the doubt comes from our allegiance to those who we give authority to, who say, no, you can't do that. You can't have that. You can't eat that. Go to your room. That's that, like, I don't know, can I eat this in the refrigerator? Doubt's like, better not.
Yeah.
You know what's gonna happen, you've seen it before. So the doubt is the stop sign. The truth is the forward motion. You're not in the wrong place when you're in the truth. You're in the right place, so the answer is go forward. When you're in the territory where the stop signs are, you're in dicey territory. You're in territory like, if I drink this brown party liquor, I wonder what's going to happen. That's the doubt. There's a question mark. But when you're squeezing fresh grapefruit juice, there's no doubt. So, I mean, look at the dynamic.
Yes.
And when you go to a party, and they say you staying for the after party, there should be plenty of doubt. And if there's not, you might need to add a little, into your life. You may not be really listening to your guidance, or why are you even there if they got an after party,
So I got one final question for you, because we're getting close to the end of our time. hearing you speak about all of this, what continues to arise in my mind is how frequency is a language in and of itself. It's such a
Absolutely.
diverse. Would you speak on that? Because it's as though we all are in varying levels of being able to speak the language of frequency through what we interpret, and trusting that we are interpreting what we think we are interpreting. Take us through that, like from the concept of it being a language.
So, have you ever walked into the jungle?
Yes, well, um,
You don't know.
well, because when you say jungle, I'm like, okay, well, was this just a heavily dense forest? Was this the jungle? Like, the
Yeah, I'll tell you
jungle
about the
is
jungle.
different. So I was like, no, heavily dense forest. Yeah, tell us about the jungle, LaOta.
So, when you are moving into a place that is ruled by Mother Nature and by that which is creation, it is ruled through a confluence of frequencies that cooperate together. And if you walk in smelling like something you took a bath in, and your shaving cream and your
Yeah.
hair products and
Chemical.
your thinking, how your thinking smells, whatever your thinking is, the jungle will be quiet. They'll be like, something's out of order, something not natural's in here, something full of parabens and
Right.
artificial ingredients has just entered into our experience. And so that's frequency also. There's frequency on everything you eat, everything you wear, everything you put on your body, all the thoughts you think, and then you become the conflagration of what that represents. And if you're going into the jungle and you're a modern Western person, it's probably an unacceptable entrance. You probably are not getting entry.
Yeah, it's likely.
It's like all the birds stop singing, all the deer and the antelope are like, what's going on? The contamination is coming in.
Yeah, it's like somebody hit the DJ table and the vinyl stops. Everybody.
But that is a good example of what happens with frequency. If you are astute and paying attention, you can have your eyes closed and drive through neighborhoods of different frequencies and feel it.
Yeah.
So the frequency is the signal that you're hearing that either draws you in or pushes you away. And in varying levels and degrees and by bits and pieces. So we want to be a clear signal for the thing that we best represent. So here at Of the Sun, we represent sovereignty, we represent energy hygiene, we represent cleanliness of thought and truth. So that's our signal. And once you get used to this signal, it'll be easy to identify those signals that are not compatible with this signal.
Yes.
And that is what you asked, the language of frequency.
Yes.
So,
So solid.
yeah.
So, did you have any final thoughts for us before we conclude?
Yes, you are encouraged to decide who you are and then start feeding your frequency the food it needs to grow up and be who you are. Are you the hero in this story? You need some hero food?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like that.
I like that.
So we thank you so much for joining us. We hope that we will see you again soon. We give you the greetings of Inlakesh and Veritas with honor, respect, gratitude, integrity, discipline, and action. Thank you.